And turn on your Ujjayi breathing. Keep your deep breath going. Use the sound and sensation of your breathing to fully arrive here in your body, on your mat, in this moment right here, right now. And then again in this moment. Jaw glide, lip slide in square pose. Coming into square pose, left shin crossed in front of the right, or those of you with the naturally open hips, maybe left shin stacks on right, or if you already did yoga practice today. Right hand tucks underneath your right sitting bone. Palm down, so you're pinning the hand in place. Walk your left hand out to the side as far as you can off your pinned right arm. Then plant your palm down. Relax your head, ear towards left shoulder. Right shoulder gently staying open, but otherwise relaxed as you hang off it. Moisten your lips with your tongue. Protrude your bottom lip out just enough that you can start to slide it back and forth across your upper lip, side to side. Tailbone and pubic bone plugging down, feet active. Secure your base so everything above the navel can start to unwind, hanging off your arm, unwinding your jaw. And amongst all that, keep your Ujjayi breath going. Press off left hand to pull your torso back up. Neck stays released. If you're okay with touching your face, left hand to head to help it up. Otherwise, roll chin to chest and ease it up. Change the cross of your legs. Pin your left fingers underneath your left sit bone. Walk your right fingertips out to the side and rest the hand down. Both arms completely relaxed, hanging off your pinned left arm. Pin it with your grounded pelvis, referred to sometimes the pelvic diamond, the pubic bone, the tailbone, and both sit bones, rooting, equal balance. Neck completely released over to the right shoulder. You can angle the chin if your neck is asking you to. And once again, moisten your lips and return to your jaw glide lip side. Working tension out of the jaw. Getting a sense of the rest of the facial muscles, eye muscles unraveling. Use your abdominals and your right hand to ease your spine up to vertical. Hand helps your head up. Unless you're not touching face, then roll chin to chest. Come into knee pile, either knee on top or cross-legged seat for alternate nostril pranayama. If you're okay with touching your face, you can use either hand, traditionally folding down the index and middle finger to alternately seal the nostrils with thumb and the ring pinky complex. If it strains your hand to keep the ring finger up, you can fold that guy down too and do a hang 10. If you're not touching your face, imagine just breathing in through one nostril and out the other, and it works. Some say that's the advanced variation of this. All right, let's all start by plugging off the left nostril and breathe in through the right side. Pause for a beat at the top. Exhale out the left side. Inhale left. Hold. Slow exhale right. That was one full round. Start again through the right. Suspend. Out to left. Finish this round in through the left, out through the right, and then do one more full round. Back of the spine long. Chin softly down and retracted towards throat to lengthen the back of the neck. When your round is complete, come into a forward fold. Forward fold can be simple neck release or full spinal lengthening. Reach back through your tailbone, sitting bones, pull navel to spine, and from there, pull the rest of the spine up. If your neck is released, keep it released. Once you're vertical, maybe a hand props your head back up. Option to not use your hands to change the cross of your legs. Then use your other hand. This time we'll start by plugging right nostril and start in through the left, pause out through the right, back in through right, pause out through left. Would be one round. Do 3 of those and then forward fold. When you finish the round you're on, do one more full round. Ease the shoulders back. Keep your jaw soft. Forward folds, reach back through your tail, sitting bones to pull your spine up with a released neck. If your neck is fully released, keep it hanging, head hanging, and then prop it up. Come on to your backs for elbow to knee. By the way, I never say this, but if you're on a hard surface for abdominals, you might want to put some extra padding underneath your spine and pelvis. I'm on a very, very soft surface, and my body's been loving it during pandemic. But often during abdominals in regular yoga studios, I can just feel the bones of my pelvis. And it will kind of skew my pelvis off of center because I don't want to feel that. Elbow to knee. We'll start with stage 2 with your feet off the floor, knees bent directly over your pelvis, interlace hands at the base of your skull, fully supporting your head and neck in your palms. Cradle head with your elbows up to the ceiling as you lift your shoulders off the mat. Take a breath, send it down into low back. Press the low back flat. Spread your 10 toes away from each other. Exhale, twist to your left, send right leg out. Draw navel to spine. Center. Inhale, bend your knees. Keep the head and shoulders up with a relaxed neck. Exhale, twist right. Extend left leg out. Curl pubic bone to navel. Pull your navel in. 3 more like that. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to your left. Extend the right leg. Contract right sitting bone into the tailbone and pull navel to spine. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist right, left leg out. Press the top rim of the sacrum down and pull your belly in. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist left, send right leg out. Find softness in the low belly so you can draw it down off your pubic bone. Inhale. Exhale, twist right. One more time. Inhale, center, lift your shoulders up. Exhale, twist left. Press the head into the hands a little bit. Make sure throat is released. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Pull belly down. Contract sit bone to tailbone. Relax head and shoulders down. Right away, let's come to all fours for pelvic tilts. Get comfortable on your hands and knees. If you need to do this down on your elbows, that works just fine. Let's find a neutral spine from base of neck to tail. Press the ground away to get a little lift out of the shoulders. Not exactly a humpback, but enough that you're not collapsing into the shoulder joint. Send your tailbone, your sit bone straight back and tip the top rim of the sacrum down just enough to recover your natural lumbar curve. The front ribs stay in your belly. So if you exaggerate too much, like cow tilt, your ribs and your belly will pop out. Not that much. Relax your head and neck. Inhale, top rim of sacrum to ceiling, tilting the pelvis down. Post tilt. Exhale, top rim of sacrum to floor. Now slightly exaggerated, but not popping the ribs out. Inhale, top rim, sacrum, sky. Exhale, top rim, sacrum to earth. Keep the shoulders steady. Keep the rib cage steady, except for the flux of your breath, coordinating your pelvic movement with your breath. And I think I just now realized one of the benefits of focusing this movement at the top of the sacrum, rather than thinking of lifting and lowering tail, is as you breathe, your pelvic floor will start to relax and move in rhythm with the diaphragm. Two more tilts in each direction. And then return to neutral. Feel for the tailbone, pubic bone, sitting bones aiming straight back, top rim, sacrum soft. Now focusing on upper spine, neck is still released. Inhale, collapse your heart towards the floor between your straight arms so your shoulders rise behind you. Exhale, push the earth away so the upper back rises between the shoulders. Now it's almost like that hump up back. Inhale, chest towards thumbs or towards elbows if you're on elbows. Exhale, upper back to sky. Here, trying to keep the low spine and rib cage neutral as you go up and down between your shoulder blades. Neck stays relaxed. Two more in each direction on this end of the spine. And then come back down onto your back for twisted root abdominals. If twisting your root is safe for you, cross right thigh over left like you're going into eagle. And some of you will also bind the right foot behind left calf, as long as there's zero strain on the knees. For some of us, loading this with abdominal work, that you can already feel strain on low back or maybe in the hips themselves, or if you have hardware in your hips. In that case, then I would use a prop, a rolled up blanket or a pillow, something between your thighs, and hold that instead. So your legs stay hips width apart and you still have the engagement of the inner leg line. So like everything, this yoga class is almost like a yoga lab. It's all an experiment. So if you need to try out different things in the course of the pose, please do. So choose your starting position, twisted root with right on left, or holding something between your thighs. Also have the option of setting your feet on the floor at any point if you feel like your low back is being overly worked instead of your abdominals. Cradle head and neck. Curl your head and shoulders off the earth. Breathe your low back flat into the mat. Exhale, curl the tailbone up. Send your knees straight up to the ceiling, squeezing your thighs. Pull your belly down. Inhale, tailbone down, head and shoulders rise. Exhale, tip the tailbone up. Draw navel to spine. Squeeze the tops of the inner thighs. Spread your toes. Set your tailbone down. Breathe down into your sacrum. Curl your shoulders up. Exhale, curl the tailbone up. Curl pubic bone and navel to spine, but keep the knees right over the pelvis, not coming towards your nose. One more time. Inhale, tailbone down. Flush your sacrum with breath. Exhale, tip the tailbone up. Contract the sitting bones into the tailbone, squeezing everything from navel through active toes, but relax your teeth and jaw. Keep your legs as they are. Lower your head and shoulders down. Cannonball. Twisted roots, put your right hand in the middle of your right thigh. Left hand covers right hand. If you're in a neutral shape, put a hand on each thigh. Send breath down into low back. Flatten the sides of the waist into the mat. Exhale, press palms into thighs, thighs into palms. Draw navel to spine. And take two more breaths here with your belly in. Flare the ribs out by your shoulder blades. Relax your eyes, squeeze your thighs, spread your toes. One more piece in the shape. Relax your cannonball pressure. Arms come down alongside the body, palm down, maybe a few inches or a foot away from the body for extra support. Tuck the tailbone up, flatten low back down, top rim of sacrum down. Send breath into that area. Exhale, move your legs 1 inch towards bottom of mat. So if you're double bound, your legs will tell you how far you're allowed to go. A little goes a long way. Keep the top rim of sacrum down, the sides of the waist down, the floating ribs drawing into your waist. Breathe into heart. Exhale, relax that pressure. Legs straight up to the ceiling. And like you're trying to shake water off your toes, give them a shaky shake. And if it's safe for your joints, to let that shake reverberate down the muscles of your legs, sloshy, jiggly, gooey stuff, do that. Okay, bad news, good news, bad news, there's one more side. Good news is there's only one more side. Better news, I guess, if you already did a neutral shape, you can rest if you want. Twisted roots, left on right. Hands interlocked behind head and neck with the opposite pinky thumb on top, if you can figure out which one that is. Send your breath down to your low back. Lift your head and shoulders up. Exhale, curl your tailbone up, draw navel to spine. Set your tailbone down. Send breath into your sacrum. Lift shoulders. Exhale, tip the tailbone up. Squeeze the tops of the inner thighs. Send the knees straight up to the sky. Pull belly down. Inhale, tailbone down, shoulders up. Exhale, tip the tailbone up. Squeeze sitting bones to tailbone. Spread your toes. One more time. Set your tailbone down. Breathe into low back. Exhale, curl your tailbone up. Squeeze sit bones to tailbone. Squeeze your inner thighs. Spread your toes. Pull navel to spine. Inhale, head and shoulders down. Left hand on your thigh. Right hand covers left hand, or a hand on each thigh for cannonball. Send breath down so you're flattening low back, top rim, sacrum floor, bottom ribs floor. Exhale, press palms into thighs, thighs into palms. Squeeze your thighs. Pull navel to spine. Breathe up into the back of the heart. Feel for lengthening the balls of the feet, the shins away from your knees, even as your knees are moving towards they're not moving, but pressing towards your face. Last piece, relax the cannonball pressure. Lower your arms down in a supportive position alongside body, palms down, shoulders wide. Inhale, flatten low back. Curl tailbone. Exhale, move your legs 1 inch towards bottom of mat. Pull the sides of the waist down. Curl pubic bone to navel, navel to spine. Breathe up into the side ribs by your armpits. Happy baby. Or you can shaky, shaky again if that's a great let go for you. Uddiyana Kriya in back traction. Feet on the floor, or if you're very close to a wall or surface, you can put your feet up on a wall or surface and press palms into thighs for the back traction. Feet on floor works just fine. Heel of hand right into the hip crease. So as you traction your thighs forward, you feel that extension in the low spine. Low ribs stay down, but low back can stay light. Huge breath into the rib cage. Flare it wide, lift your heart. Blow it out, hold it out. Hold your breath out. Draw your soft belly down to your spine and then fly the contents of the belly up towards the heart, flying the diaphragm up beyond its normal relaxation. And when it's time to breathe, repeat that up to 2 more times. If you don't want to do the breath work, but just the back traction, sustain back traction. And those of you who have some experience now with Uddiyana, you can experiment with tucking and untucking the tail and the difference with neutral spine, how it affects the lift of your diaphragm, your access to your diaphragm. It's okay if you don't feel anything. I'm decades deep with this practice and things are still being revealed. All right, hug your knees to your chest. Some of you turn into a little ball, pull your belly in and curl your nose up into your knees. Hold an imaginary nectarine between chin and chest. Don't squish it, but keep it steady. And then if rocking and rolling is right for you, do 6 or 9 rocks up and down from shoulders to tail to roll yourself over to all fours. Those of you not doing those big rocks today or keeping head on earth, do yummy side to side circling rocks. And then crawl your way to all fours over the next 3 breaths. Forearm plank, come on down to your elbows. Wrap your hands around your upper arms halfway between the elbow and shoulder. We'll put your elbows right under the shoulder joint. For most of us, that's how we keep our shoulders safe. If you're working with an existing injury, you obey what your shoulder says to create 0 pain in shoulder. Place your palms down. Actually, let's do this. If you're working with any shoulder tweakiness, clasp your hands. If your shoulders are healthy, turn your palms up. Hands directly in front of the elbows. Spread the palm open to sky, rolling index fingernail, thumbnail towards floor by rolling your biceps open. Please don't strain your wrist. That action actually comes from the shoulder joint. Press the earth away, gaze straight down, lift out of your shoulders, and then roll the shoulder back to widen collarbones. For some of you, this is plenty of plank right here. Some of you will walk your knees back. So you have a straight line from head through, hips through heels, maybe with the heels touching. Or you can do the same thing with knees down, hips down in line with your head and back of heart. Ujjayi breathing. Neck can release. You can hang the head or keep the neck neutral. I just don't recommend looking forward in the shape. And then feel for the widening of collarbones as you reach your heels back while pressing into earth. Good. Embryo, knees down. Sit back in child's pose with your hands by your heels. If that's not a great shape for knees or shoulders, then find a different resting position. Maybe spread out on your mat, belly down. Good. 2 more breaths with head in contact with earth. Ujjayi sound. And find your way up to standing for classical sun salutes. Classical suns are the ones with the knee down lunges. So if you want extra padding for your lunges, you can set that up behind you. Here's a thing you can do too. If you find yourself tripping over your blanket, you can put your blanket or whatever under your mat. I don't know if you can see my dark mat. This is a trick I learned not long ago. Pick up a piece of the middle of the mat and then slide it up so you have extra padding. Yeah, you might trip on that though. All right. Once you've arranged things, Tadasana at front of mat, thumbs against your heart, feeling it beat. Feet parallel to each other, grounded, all 4 corners. Equal balance, the inner outer heel, the mound of the big toe, the mound of the pinky toe. The toes either lightly lifted or lightly settled on the mat, but not curling down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Left leg back, knee down lunge. Inhale, lift your heart, maybe your arms. Exhale, lower all the way down to the earth. We'll do low cobras during these sequences. Inhale, pull your chest forward, hands in front of shoulders or under shoulders, but pull on the mat to lengthen the spine out towards your thumbs. Exhale, downward dog. Lunge, step left foot forward, back knee down. Inhale, lift heart, maybe arms follow. Exhale, step forward, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, samastitihi. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Right leg back. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, lower down. Cobra, low cobra. Inhale, hearts forward, tail lengthens back. Exhale, downward dog. Right foot forward. Inhale. Exhale, step forward, fold. Inhale, rise. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Left leg back, lunge. This is a pretty experienced group. Turn up the sound of the breath. Inhale, both the inhale and exhale. Exhale to the earth, like you're doing sun salutes by the ocean. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Left foot forward. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, step forward, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, samastitihi. Inhale, back ribs up. Exhale, fold, right leg back. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, low cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Right foot forward. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, step forward, fold. Inhale, rise, back ribs rise. Exhale, samastitihi. Again, inhale. Exhale, left leg back. Inhale. Exhale, down. Inhale. Exhale. Left foot forward. Inhale. Step forward. Exhale. Inhale, rise. Exhale. One more side. Inhale. Exhale. Right back. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Right forward. Step forward. Exhale. Inhale, rise. Exhale, samastitihi. Thumbs on the heart, Close your eyes or gaze at earth. Feel feet on the earth. Moving into standing series. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Left leg back, knee down for twisting lunge. So knee might not go as far back. I like it almost under my hips. Inhale, left arm forward or up. Exhale, left elbow on or across right thigh. If you're choosing to make a fist with the bottom hand, keep that wrist perfectly straight. Keep it safe. If you're doing prayer hands, work your thumb up to touch heart to thumbs. Option, twist and crescent. Inhale, tuck back toes. Exhale, straighten back knee. Steady eyes. Strong, straight, lifting left thigh. Twisting warrior variation. Left hand down towards left edge of mat. Right arm to sky. Send right arm straight up to the sky to open both the front of the heart and the back of the heart without letting the shoulder dip forward, the head of the shoulder. This is where tears happen, so be careful that that stays open. Prasarita, wide angled forward fold. Right hand comes down to left. Walk your hands left, straighten your legs, and turn the right toes in so you're facing side of mat with your feet parallel. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Hands any position for this first Prasarita. Spider. Inhale to a flat back, spine parallel to earth. Turn your toes out, heels in. Hips might drop as low as your heels. As low as your knees, not lower the knees. Nowhere near the heels. Reach your tail straight back, crown of head forward. Draw the front floating ribs up into the waist, and then extend the side ribs forward. Accordion the rib cage open with your breath. Exhale, guide your knees back. Lunge to the left foot. Maybe you can keep spinning on your mat. Maybe you need to turn around, but keep breathing. Twisting lunge. Inhale, right arm up or out. Exhale, twist. Right elbow, left thigh. Yes, I spun us around. Press down with your right arm to get a lift out of your right armpit. The whole right side body, ribs, belly lifts away from thigh to support your spine, lengthening with breath. Option, crescent. Inhale, tuck back toes. Exhale, straighten back knee. Right thigh drawing up and pulling your right hip back. And pull your belly button in. Twisting warrior variation. Right hand down to ground, left arm to sky. And for this variation, yes, I'm recommending left arm coming directly out of the shoulder joint. Wide angled forward fold. Right hand comes down. Walk your hands to the right. Turn your left toes in. So once again, you're facing side of mat with your feet parallel, where toes in, heels out. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. This time, plant your palms shoulder width apart. If they're easily on the ground, walk them between your feet so your fingers and toes point the same direction. And little chaturanga with the arms, pressing into the mat, hugging the elbows in. Nice, just like that, Linda and Cynthia. I can see you guys. And as you press, you can roll shoulders away from head, neck. Spider, inhale to a flat back. Turn your toes out, your heels in. This time, maybe holding your ankles, or if you need to prop elbows up on thighs, do a higher variation of this, lengthening your spine from tailbone through crown of head. And easing your knees open with your elbows. Please don't force this area. Send breath into the inner thigh, the groin. Lunge towards right foot. Lower the back knee down. This time, Anjali Asana, so it might be a wider lunge. Left knee can be further back if that's part of your practice. Arms up or hands on front thigh. Pelvic diamond, pointing straight down to the earth. So equal balance in pubic bone, tailbone, and sitting bones. Crescent, either interlace hands behind back or bring your hands onto your thigh. Back your hips up a bit if you want deep. Tuck your back toes. Inhale. Exhale, straighten back leg. Telescope your rib cage, spine up with your in-breath. Some of you will start going backwards with the upper spine. That's fine as long as you're not feeling any compression in low back. You can guide your buttocks down with your arms. If interlace is not great for you, put your hands on your hips instead. Ground your hips. That's also an option if your low back wants a little extra support decompressing. Hands to heart center. Come back into your neutral spine. Inhale the back ribs up. Exhale, warrior two. Extended warrior variations. Right forearm to thigh, left arm crossing ear, or maybe right hand works down to shin or to ankle, block or ground. Either side of foot. I'll leave it completely up to you. Just take notes so you can do the same thing on side two. Those of you who came low can use that arm against leg to find equal balance. Leaning back on the leg, pressing the hips forward, or vice versa with your arms behind your leg. Utthita Trikonasana. Maybe you unfurl from where you are into a wide-legged stance, or you can come up if you need to adjust anything or find props. Breathe while you transition. Archer warrior. Bend your right knee, warrior two. Right arm up, bend your right elbow, left hand either to elbow or come behind your back for a full bind. Those of you who got your fingers, reach the elbows away from each other. Nice firm grasp with the fingers so your shoulders can start to release their grasping. If you don't have fingers, use your shirt or a towel. Those of you in full bind, let the left back of hand press against the small of your back as it unwinds. That should be nice for most shoulders. Straighten your right leg, turn your toes in. Clasp your hands behind your back. Or again, if that's not great for you, pinch your waist. Squeeze your elbows, shoulders back. Exhale, fold, either bound or keeping hands and waist squeezing shoulders back. Or if you know the variation with a strap, you're welcome to use a strap. And for your wrist's sake, I do recommend lowering the hands towards pelvis enough that you can get the palms to flatten against each other. So then when you come back into the stretch, sides of the wrists are neutral. To release the bind, I recommend letting hands come back onto your pelvis and then slide down your legs to the earth. Lunge to the left foot, Anjaneyasana. Arms up or hands to thigh. Crescent lunge. Either interlace hands behind back or bring them to your thigh. Back your hips up a butt enough that you can connect to the strength of your buttocks as you straighten your back leg. You can either go into interlace or put your hands on your hips to pin your sacrum down and lengthen the spine, rib cage up. Hands to heart center. Inhale, lengthen the back of the spine up, back ribs off the kidneys. Exhale, open into warrior two. Extended variation. Left forearm to thigh, right arm crosses ear. Then possibly moving into whatever variation you chose on side one. So if anyone got turned around, we're on the left leg, left knee bent. Warrior two. Left forearm is on thigh. Roll open. Triangle. Maybe unfold from where you are, unless you want to come out and reset. You have time to breathe and do that. Reverse warrior two, archer. Bend your left knee, left arm up, bend elbow, right hand either on left elbow, half archer, or behind your back for full archer. Gomukhasana arms. Press right hand against small of back as you unwind the arms, straighten your legs. Turn your left toes in. Clasp your hands behind your back or dig your fingers into your waist. Inhale, squeeze shoulders. Exhale, fold. And if you feel safe coming up while bound, reach through your knuckles to pull you up. Samastiti, return to the front of your mat into Tadasana. Short balance. Right knee up or right big toe lock, knee bent or extended. And breathe the back ribs up away from your pelvis. Soften your chest down a bit. Open knee or leg out to the side. Keep your gaze steady or find a spot to look on at beyond left shoulder. Exhale back to center. Bend your knee if you're straight. Hands clasp the shin, take a breath. And with a shush sound, squeeze it to chest. Samastiti. Left knee up or left big toe. You get that sense of leaning forward with the upper torso just a bit, reconnecting core, sternum to pubic bone. Open left knee or leg. Feel for left sitting bone pointing straight down, contracting in towards the right. Exhale, bring it back to center. Bend your knee, clasp your shin with your hands, take a big breath down into pelvis, and swish it up. Utkatasana, sit back in your chair. Good. Bring your arms forward, keep sitting lower. Pull your belly in, front ribs in. Some of you will come to sit all the way onto your sitting bones from here. Some of you will get low enough and put your hands down and crawl down to your seat. Navasana, upward facing boat. Hands behind your thighs. Sit up tall on your sit bones, coming off your tailbone, pubic bone down. You can choose to keep feet on the floor, just one round. Some of you will lift feet up. Some of you will extend your legs. Formally, we keep our knees and feet together, knees and heels together, and that fire is intentional. If your knees separate, then make sure you separate your feet as wide as your knees. Gaze is straight ahead. Breath is strong. Baddha Konasana. Cross your ankles, bring your feet down by your hips, hook your elbows around your knees, lift out of the small of your back. Butterfly. Soles of the feet together, open your knees, either actively pressing the feet together, spreading toes apart, or if you know how to roll the soles of feet to sky and your knees are healthy, you can do that. Baddha Konasana A. Squeeze elbows into the sides of the waist, lengthen the back ribs up, shoulders back, chin down, spine lengthening from your rooted tail up through your elongating crown. Strong breathing. And then relax any pressure, any Baddha Konasana forward fold. Maybe keep your spine long and lead with your chin. Maybe move your feet out, relax your arms, and soften in. I'll leave it up to you. And yes, there's a version where you round yourself in like a little ball, tucking your crown of head down into your feet. That one's fine too if your back says so. And come out the way you came in. If you rounded down, round up. If you lengthen down, re-lengthen heart forward with breath and come up. Come on down to your back, heading towards relaxation. I do want to get at least your legs in the air for a minute before you fully relax on the ground. If you want to set up your Shavasana with your legs in the air, go ahead. Put your legs on a wall, a chair, a bed, and settle in. If you're moving into any variation of shoulder stand, if you've had shoulder stand training, know now how to keep your neck safe, you can come into shoulder stand. Headstand also fine. I do recommend keeping head on earth for your upside down choices. And if your legs have been in the air since I started talking, come into happy baby. If you want more time in your shoulder stand series, go slow with breath into plow and then deaf bands. Make sure your shoulder stands, get your shoulders close together. Otherwise, you'll be pulling a lot on your mid back. As we feel complete, Shavasana. Yes, these Zoom Shavasanas are too short for a proper Shavasana. So if you want to linger in your resting pose as we sign off, please do. If you're ready to come up, deepen your breath. Introduce small movements into your body. Start with fingers, toes, jaw, and tongue. And then bend your knees to ease your way up to sitting. May we grow from our practice. May our practice benefit not only us, but may all beings everywhere know peace, be happy, healthy, safe, Namaste.